Go now to dryerbuzz.com and follow @dryerbuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about the buzz.
It is, y'all. It really is. Hey, guys, this is Yolanda. I am live from Atlanta, from my bed. I am live. I am alive. I am thankful, grateful, faithful. All of those things. I am waking up this dog. He's like, wait a minute. I thought we changed our schedule. We did. We try to hang out till about noon and got about 9 minutes to go here. It is a Monday morning, but it is Labor Day weekend. So some of y'all are probably like right along with me, like, wait, this is a great thing. This goes on all the time. This right here, y'all don't know where I get that from. That's Cat Williams. Oh, my favorite and all time number 2 comedian. My favorite, and you know what? He's probably my number 1 because he is representative of my generation. And our parents had some of the best comedians, and then every generation says that. Now this next generation, some of these folks that y'all love seeing on stage, questionable. The boomers, people y'all had on stage, questionable, honey, very questionable. In fact, one of them is serving time. But anyway, and then this next generation, my generation as well, we're gonna probably have a couple of them serving time or something. Something ain't right in it. Everybody's trying to decipher now. And something's not right because y'all know I listen to sports radio, right? Sports talk radio. The sports talk guy at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning had a whole Dave Chappelle segment. So you know that, and he had a whole segment trying to explain why these are just jokes. Okay, y'all go ahead. But can I just tell y'all? Do you know the internet? Okay, it's been around a very long time. But the cloud, can I just say the cloud? Because this is what it's about. Because I've been on the internet since since they plugged that sucker in. Like, what? Okay, I've been there. But the cloud, the fact that you could go back in time and see what a person said and done. You can go back. Go out there and search Dryer Buzz, Dave Chappelle. And you will see, I ain't like that mofo since day one. Okay? Never. So, there is no converting me. There is no ever gonna get on stage and say something that I like. I'm like, that's some strange stuff going on there, y'all. It's some strange stuff. And one thing I think about Dave Chappelle, let me say that for Buzz the Basher. Check me out on Buzz the Basher. That's another podcast. That's what we're going to do because I didn't get a chance to do that. It's Labor Day. We're supposed to be doing marathon, open house, marathon podcasting. If you are a content creator and you follow me, you know that every holiday I tell you need to massively push out content, reshare links and things like that because people are searching for all that stuff that they saw before because they have time to do what? Binge. Okay, so you have time today to binge on and to discover this podcast. It's recorded live, so that's why we just went live on all your favorite platforms. It's you can listen on demand on all your favorite podcast platforms, and you're like, okay, I can listen to a little bit more of this. Also, it is my son's epic birthday, where Labor Day falls on his birthday. I've got 2 holiday babies, and one, I don't know, they never really liked that holidays were around their birthdays because we'd always squeeze it in. Let me grab my water here. I'm trying to get some water in, y'all. Y'all know I hate water, but I'm trying to get some water in there. Okay, so for those of you on Labor Day that a friend has told you, you off today, check out that podcast. Well, I'm Yolanda. I've spent 17 years blogging. Like I said, some time ago, this cloud came and now everything is still out there. So every tweet, everything you post on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, even though Snapchat was the first platform that promised you could say something, it was going to be gone forever. All that stuff is still out there. It doesn't go anywhere. People like you live and people screen capturing the whole thing. I'm going to delete that. I love your faith, and that's what I want to talk about today. Wake up, faith. Wake up, faith. Well, let me tell you the one topic, along with how to create buzz, and along with the fact that I've been blogging 17 years, I have reached a certain age where I realize faith is waiting one more day, right? Understanding that if I get through today, I can go into another day, leaving all of that other stuff behind no matter what happens, no matter how much people disrespect you, no matter how much you didn't meet. This is that goal. Having that little bit of faith to know that you can wake up tomorrow, you got more choices and chances. That's what this thing is. Okay, so now my mind jumped so fast, and I jumped from story to story, thought to thought, drop a name here and there, drop a game there, here and there. Sometimes you have to remind me what I was talking about. And if I ever not finish something that you were dying to hear, please tweet me at Dryer Buzz. And if you're on a platform, you're like, hey, listen, I am broadcasting. It's been syndicated to where you are, and I can't necessarily see the comments because we are recording. We're just letting you listen in. But tweet me. Tweet me at Dryer Buzz and say, Dryer Buzz, you were saying this because I always am, and I jumped to something else. But I could always talk about faith because faith has guided my entire life. Somebody had faith to bring me here. Somebody had faith to guide me throughout all of my days. And somebody praying for me probably right now. Because I try to take time to pray for myself. And you know what? And so I had some dark days, had some trauma days, had some drama days, to the point where my getting out of bed was challenged. And so I said, what can I do? One, start saying some stuff out loud, start having a conversation, start meditating, start thinking, start planning, stop procrastinating. A couple other things, and part of that was speaking out loud was, well, I don't want to sit here and talk to myself in my room, and the dog sometimes pays attention. Family sometimes listen. But you know what? There are those who watch through these lenses and they assume all is well when it's not, or sometimes it is well and people assume it's not, and they literally walk up to you with all their assumptions, and you're like, where'd you get that? How'd you get there? And so what I want to do is to break that cycle and be truthful. Because let me tell you, when the truth comes through each and every time, you don't have to remember that, because something your mind will always be able to recall is the truth. It's hard recalling lies. Have y'all ever been around a person and they can't even let the words flow out of their mouth because they're so busy having to think on every thought, think on every word, because trying to remember what they have said before? But I keep telling y'all, the cloud is something that came around. Not only is there a cloud on this internet stuff, there's a cloud in our mind when we remember, like, what they just posted, this, that, and the other, where did this, right? They just confuse life. Life confuses us. So I want mine to be all about truth. This is why my social media platforms are public. This is why I share a lot of stuff, because I know I have a following and an influence. And not only that, I look up to some folks and some folks look up to me. And I like how we pass things along to each other. I love that. And so I don't have to hoard opportunity. I don't have to hoard my faith. I can pass it right along because there's somebody else continuously passing. Remember those old movies where they used to pass that bucket of water to put on that fire? You're trying to hold on to something and somebody's trying to give you something, but you don't want to give that stuff to the next person. You like, I'm going to hold this and I'm going to hold that and I'm going to hold this and I'm going to hold that. It's just like Atlanta, the 99.99999% of Atlanta traffic is simply because somebody doesn't have enough faith to allow somebody to merge. Every traffic point in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, besides its racial segregationist highways and byways in history, every traffic point in Atlanta is simply because there is someone not courteous enough to either move their behinds out the way or let somebody through. I will always be that person. You want to come on, go on. But don't stop in front of me. Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. I will always be that person because one, you might jump in front of me and, you might be my divine intervention from keeping something from happening. Because I'd be like, look, go ahead. Come on, go ahead, Or sometimes you might be that thing that's telling me to slow it down. Take your time. Have a little bit more faith. It's not that I want something to happen to you, but I mean, if you not operating in the same realm that I'm operating, I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, go and do your thing, do your thing. And that's what I had one of those moments yesterday. I was so concerned yesterday. I had a goal that I wanted to meet. I got at the end of the day, I need this goal. I need this goal, and in that, my faith kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm like, something's going to challenge me. Something's going to challenge me. Something's going to challenge me. True enough, at the very last minute, here comes that challenge. And in one ear, it was like, girl, curse the world, curse the world, curse the world. And the other ear is like, just a moment. It's just a moment. This is a test of your faith. And I don't understand why faith has to continuously be tested, but it's just a test, just a test. Because if you treat this individual like that, it's coming back. And and I grew up with these grandparents that used to tell us, what goes around comes around. That was the motto in the house, right? In my grandparents' house. What goes around comes around. And everybody tried to get around that because we like, shoot, sometimes you need to knuck if you buck, right? I didn't mean to throw that in there. I had a whole hip hop conversation. I had a whole hip hop conversation this weekend. All this stuff is like in my head. But anyway, but then we were always told to think about, you put it out there. Are you ready? Can you deal with it if it comes back to you? And I kept thinking, and I'm like, I'm not gonna treat this young man like this because I don't want anybody to ever treat my son like that. But in the other one's like, I hope your son not out here acting like this. I hope your son ain't wild not like this. I hope you, because my kids hate for me to see something going on in their generation because they know me. I'm that mom. I'm getting in that text. I'm getting on that funnel call. I hope y'all not out here like this. Please don't ever be like this. So they used to hate for me to see or get a glimpse of what goes on with these millennials. Because, and I don't know why people don't understand these millennials, because we raised them. We raised them, and a lot of who they are, the majority of who they are, the most of who they are, is probably something that we did. Thank God somebody was in my mind's ear, eyes, and all that, and let them have a little bit more faith to go above and beyond than anything I could have dreamed for them. Y'all, let me tell you, there's more good. And one of my Facebook friends, there's more good in the world than bad. There's more good in our millennials than there is bad. And you know why I think it's more? Because they didn't grow up. While we might have tried to raise them with television, no, they're not. They're not loyal to TV. They're not loyal to radio. They're not loyal to marketing, programming, all of that. They know how to shut that stuff out and carve their own and do their own thing. And I love that about them. Faith. It's like, I don't know that I had that much faith for this generation, but it's that thing about not getting in the way. I am that person. As I jot down on my word cloud, I am not getting in the way. I've said that so many times in this message right now. And I've said that I could get up and talk about, I'm getting out of this bed today. I have no plans to get in anybody's way. And I hope you don't have plans to get in my way. There's somebody right now like, wait, when she in that podcast, I'm going to text her. I'm going to call her. There's somebody going to call me while I'm live, right? Knowing that this is how I get out of bed each and every day. This is a 7-day-a-week podcast. If I'm giving the breath of life, I am pushing this button and I am talking myself. And thank you for listening, because I could not get out of bed. I said that yesterday. I was like, you know what? I can't get out of bed without How to Get Out of Bed podcast. So I hope it is the same for you. I love that now when I see friends online or throughout this cloud life that we have, say that and I don't love that they say they're having a hard time. I love that they have the courage to say, I'm not my best today. I can't get started today. I might need a little help. Because then I could say, check out How to Get Out of Bed. Because I did this is book 2. Check out How to Get Out of Bed, book 1. I talked about this and how to get out from a personal experience. I'm going to give you my... Now, there are some people that like, why are you tagging your podcast on my page? Well, no, nobody's never really said that to me. Most people where I tag, I'm not going to give y'all that impression. Because I know those people and I don't tag that page, right? Can you imagine? I'm not giving them the answer. And I get checked for that, because that's a go around, come around, right? But every time that I have tagged a person, I've dropped How to Get Out of Bed, they come back, thank you. Because what I'm doing is I'm willing to share my hindsight, because I believe in truth, honesty, and transparency. In the THT, can stand for hindsight. I am where I am because I'm willing to share my hindsight. I got a cough, y'all. Sorry, but I do have the ever loving cough button on this podcast. Okay. But you will hear me sip some water. Sometimes I spike the lemonade. We have those podcasts as well. But I am that person, and I am that person. I know I'm that person because I ask people, "How do you know me?" Because people come up, they be like, and they come up and they talk to me about my entire life, and I'm like, and I literally this is my icebreaker. How do we know each other? Because you done told me all this stuff. I'm like, I can't even remember half the stuff that people know about me, which is why I love meeting people who said they have been following forever. Because I always want to know. You should want to know how do I know all this? Write that down. How do I know? How do you know what you know? Because you don't know what you don't know. But how do you know what you know? Can I just tell y'all, yesterday was the most amazing day because I did set out and I'm like, okay, this is my faith. It was my plan. I'm gonna make sure I am well rested. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hit my task for the days. The weekend, y'all know I work weekends. I have great goals for the weekend on meeting people, getting exposure and blogging on the side. I'm doing the driving and all this kind of stuff. So I had great goals on yesterday, and I went out with great faith. And man, did I pick the right spot? I met some of the most amazing people that didn't know me. And it was all on faith. I let faith take over. I let faith guide me. Because the one thing I could always come on here and give you my hindsight on faith because I have seen it throughout my journey, y'all. And something that I learned long time ago, because I've had some dark days. I've had some amazing responsibility in my lifetime. Had to make some amazing decisions. And I mean, I'm using the word amazing because I don't know another word. I don't know another word that could give you the enormous is that a word, enormity? If it ain't, it'll end up in the dictionary if I say it enough. Enormity. Write that down. I'm gonna write that down because it'll become a word if it ain't already. Enormity. That's how I'm gonna spell it. I don't care. Don't tell me something's not in the dictionary. They add to the dictionary every year. Enormity. It's enormous. Okay? It's boundless. My faith is, well, no. Again, I am learning the limits of my faith. So don't push me because I'm close to the, y'all, I heard One Music Fest is coming. Now that's another podcast. But One Music Fest is coming. These little guys were in town and they were like, man, we coming back next weekend. We coming to One Music Fest. And I was like, well, who's going to be there? Like, I don't know because I got an inbox full. And they were like, everybody. Y'all, they said DMX. I was like losing my mind. OMG. DMX in Atlanta on Atlanta stage, and they mentioned a whole bunch of other people. And I'm like, DMX though, y'all. I'm not trying to be up in there because I have these personal space issues, and I'm like the last person to buy a concert ticket, even though I could get the greatest hookup at One Music Fest because that is a true Atlanta festival, and yes, your girl know everybody. That's even gonna be on stage, but I'm like, I'm not a concert kind of person, and I never really truly cared. Covered a concert, even though I could probably get on stage. I have been on stage. I have been on stage. Y'all seen my cover. You've seen it. Okay. I don't know that I could withstand all up in the posse no more. I don't. That would take a lot. But all I gotta do is reply to the email, and I could possibly be on stage. I had to think about that. Reply to the email, get on stage with DMX. Reply to the email, go on stage with DMX. See, I was kind of thinking I would just hang out because it's gonna be at Centennial Park. I could hang out kind of down the street away from the crowd and still hear DMX. I just want to hear DMX. Look at that. Y'all heard that DMX came out of me right there. When I said hear see. Okay, but I'm just thinking I could probably be just a little bit down the street and hear DMX take the stage. Because y'all know that used to be like my theme music. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. So maybe I could find a spot and just hear it a little bit. or I can reply to the email and get on stage with them. I got to think about that. I got like a week, and I'm pretty sure the deadline is like gone. But since I know the people, know the people, I know the people who know the people, I know the man next to the man and the man. Get on stage, reply to the email, hear DMX. That requires a whole lot of faith. And the fact, let me tell you, the reason DMX is getting on stage, that's a whole lot of faith in and of itself right there. And I ain't just trying to drop names, I'm just trying to drop game, because I've been in the game a long time. Get on stage with DMX. Y'all. Now I got a spot. Y'all don't even know how. Let me tell you, I'm a native of Atlanta, honey. I got a spot, and I could check it all out. Yeah, I just want to hear. I just want to hear that frog in my throat. I record this podcast with the frog in my throat, but that DMX, y'all, DMX, it's coming to Atlanta. But anyway, Faith. Not getting in the way. I wrote down not getting in the way. Don't get in the way today. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long. I do appreciate everybody that's having friends and family check out the podcast and letting them know. Because I know when I go live, I'm getting out of bed. You probably have already started your day. The way to use this podcast, let's just talk about how to use the podcast, is you just stop, listen for a little bit of hindsight to gain clarity in your day. And if you have that friend, if you're that person, you love reaching into your friends and saying, passing the baton, and just letting them know one of these words as we create our word cloud. This is a journaling podcast, meaning that right next to my device, I have pen and paper, I have my journal, of which I have written in. And each time I do a podcast, I create a word cloud that I can go back and look. And usually we call today, when we record on Monday, we always say come Monday, because Monday usually puts us back into the throes of responsibility. Mondays usually is the day of all days that normally overwhelms us, right? And so we always do something called come Monday, because come Monday, if you ever have to face something, it's probably going to happen on a Monday, because you spent all weekend ignoring, trying to escape all responsibilities. Just have your chill time, enjoy your family, your friends, food, fun, all of that stuff. Well, there's another one. It's called faith. Letting another Monday roll in means that you have applied your faith. You going back into work. For those that have to work on Labor Day, you've gone back into work, and I know that is that's probably the number 2 place that you are always and often challenged, because you can't choose your coworkers unless you own what it is you work. Okay, you can't choose. Understand that. And coworkers take a whole lot of faith in all aspects. I don't care where. I have dealt with people at every level of every structure, of every design, of every kind of business. And coworkers require a whole lot of faith. And I'm always looking at people as to wonder why, because the people, and I've been in that position where you have to come home and you have to talk about stuff that go on at work because they don't challenge you each and every day, but then I always wonder, like, where's and I would always, I would always say to people, okay, but where's the rest of your life? I understand this is going on, because my family had to tell me that a time or two. And in fact, my family is like, please don't go back to work. Please don't go back to work, because work is always so challenging. Being an overachiever, work is always a challenge, because you have to submit yourself to the confines of what work is. That's why a lot of people have something they do on the side, because it brings them absolute joy, and to be able to go make that money, pay their bills, do the things that they love. And most people, do y'all know there's so many people out here that work and take that money and go pour it into what they love. It might be filmmaking. It might be going to the studio, making music. Some people go buy food trucks, like many of my friends. They can't wait for that time to end so they could take that money and go and do what they love. So reason why they don't like you at work is because you're always trying to disrupt that flow. You always testing somebody's faith. If you are that person always talking about don't nobody like you, out here testing people's faith. Now people want me to say, Yolanda, please say that, because that's what it is. You are challenging. You are challenging, and the thing about it is, you're that challenge. You wake up with that each and every day. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna go in here, and you. I talked about this. Just posted about it. You walk around wishing motherfucker would, wishing motherfucker would. I was like that yesterday when I went out there with that great goal. I'm like, this is the goal, because I got to get it in on this Sunday, because I am lazy. I don't want to have to do it. I don't want to have to work this hard no more the rest of this week. I get it in, and I'm like, and I wish a motherfucker would get in my way. And here come one, like challenging every essence of it. And I'm like, but sir, that's not how this works. That's really not how this works. You about to, and I'm like, you about to, and I'm like, push me to the limit. And that guardian angel said to me, why is this your limit? Is not your faith stronger than this moment? And I'm like, Here come that test. Here come that challenge. Okay. I'm gonna swallow. I'm gonna suppress. No, I'm not even gonna suppress. I'm not gonna entertain that. Let me go on and do the deed. I'm gonna do the deed you want me to do, and be nice and be kind and let this moment come on through. Because guess what? That person is like, man, who was that angel? He probably think I was the nicest person in the world. Cause I was kind. I let the kindness through. Only because I know what I wanted my next day. Only because I grew up with that, what goes around comes around. I'm like, girl, if you put this out there, what goes around, write that down so you know. Let me tell you, everybody in our family had to learn it. Goes around, come around. Y'all call it karma. I'm so afraid of karma. Goes around, come around. Y'all out here all day. I'm like, but when you post that about somebody, oh, that's karma. What has karma done to you? Or are you willing to admit? Are you willing to say what karma has done to you? What that you've done? So, because we're not. None of us is out here without fault. What did it feel like when that thing came back on you? And I was like, and I knew in that moment, man, if I treat this young man like this, somebody's gonna be somewhere treating my young man like that, or one of my kids, and I'm getting madder because I don't want nobody ever to be like that. And I'm like, well, you can't be like that to him. You can't be. Yeah, he should have did this. He should have did that. He should have made this situation never come about. But he might not know how to never make this. You see, he's dependent on you telling him he's supposed to do this, and he's trying to get somebody else to do it for him. There's somebody out here not doing for this young man, and I'm so mad because he had this look on his face like, "Ma'am, don't leave me stranded. Don't leave me hanging." And I'm like, and he's trying to communicate with somebody to do this for him. Like, why aren't you? You look like a grown man. Why aren't you acting like a grown man? Because everybody don't have it like that. He ain't like he ain't like my son out there handling this world. I'm like, okay, let me stop for a minute. Stop, just chill for a minute. What do we need to do for him? Because apparently the path is crossed. I know that I don't want this to be one of my errors in life. Okay, let me do what I got. Let me show. Look, here, this is how it works. Do this. Let's. And I literally said to him, and I might have sounded like mom. I don't know if he has a mother. But mother, all that came out of me. And I literally said to the young man, whoever he was trying to coordinate his situation with on this phone, I literally said, look, forget that, because y'all about to work my last nerve. I literally said that to that young man. I'm going to do this for you. And he was so grateful and thankful. And I don't have to worry about something coming back on me, because guess what? I woke up today. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I get to sit here and talk about it and just podcast. And you know what? I get to go and do it again because it felt so good. Even though I was mad and I was doing a mommy film, my jaws was clenched, but I got through it, and I don't have to worry. Let me tell you, I don't have to wake up this morning suppressing yesterday. I don't have to wake up today telling myself I did somebody wrong or worrying about the wrong that I did coming back on me. That's what this life is about. There's so many, and can I tell y'all, there are more of us that are able to wake up today and don't have to worry if we did somebody wrong. There are more of us waking up today knowing that we were kind just yesterday. There are more of us. If karma is a thing that what goes around comes around, there are more of us today that are waking up that are going to enjoy this day because there is so much good coming to us. You probably have already experienced it. You probably already in the midst of it. You don't woke up like yesterday. I went to walk out of my door. I went to walk up to go walk the dog who's over here snoring. You probably hear him snoring. I went to go walk out my door, y'all, and almost tripped over a huge. I opened the door. The box was bigger than, it was wider than the door. And it was a moment of gratitude. Somebody saying, thank you. I want to support you. So they went out there, honey. They clicked on my Amazon wish list and bought an item that we want for season 2 in the kitchen with Dryer Buzz. Because I said it out loud. Hey, y'all, I want to do a season 2. I want to continue in the kitchen with Dryer Buzz. But you've seen the kitchen. There's some things that's missing. And in order to bring you the greatest episodes, I've created a wish list over on Amazon. And if you like to support, because y'all know, that's a hard thing for people to do. Like everybody else can do it in the world. But when you brown skin and you ask for support, people will curse you the hell out. I'm telling y'all, 17 years of being a blogger. Y'all see how these other blogs work. But be a brown skinned girl and asking for support. People will cuss you the hell out. Y'all see how y'all out there. Y'all see how y'all mad. People over there in line at the slutty vegans. I'm just saying, because remember, we live in the cloud days. We live in the cloud days. Okay? It's all right for Dave Chappelle to get on there and say, oh, that was just jokes. Yeah. Let me tell you, all Bill Cosby crimes was a whole comedy routine till one person stopped laughing and started investigating. That's all I'm going to say on that. But anyway, I see y'all. Y'all mad at the Popeyes. Y'all was mad at the Patty Pies. Y'all was mad at the $98 bunnet. Y'all was mad at the $100 collard greens. Just mad. People get mad when you're not struggling. I'm telling you, I hope y'all are mad at the fact that I went live and opened that box, and it was a beautiful indoor grill for me to do an amazing Labor Day episode, which I'm going to have to go to the grocery store first. And so let me just stop and thank Caroline Simmons. Caroline Simmons, I want y'all to check it out because she's an amazing realtor. If you're trying to move to Atlanta, because I see those posts, let me tell you, for Caroline, let me tell y'all, you go and Google Atlanta, you're going to come up with Dryer Buzz. And so people inbox me, they call me. I got a whole phone number for people to call and ask me questions. It is 530-324-BUZZ, 530-324-2899. People call me, people text me, hey, do you know this? Can you recommend that? Do you know that the realtor that I'm gonna be recommending people? Please call Caroline Simmons. Call Caroline Simmons. If you need her information, call me, 530-324-2899, 530-324-BUZZ, and I'm going to hook you up with one of the most amazing realtors in Atlanta. Why? Because she is a supporter. You heard about her on Dryer Buzz. That's what I'm talking about. So when we talk about karma, I'm right there down. Am I saying it right? I don't even like saying it. Because let me tell you, that's good. Isn't that like good and bad, the whole yin and the yang? What goes around comes around. Enormity. If that's not a word, I spelled it like this. ENORMITY. Because it's bigger than enormous. Because some of us, you want to live in abundance with greatness and all that, honey. I want things that happen in my life to be enormity. I want to experience enormity. Okay? Meaning that I'm going to live with enough faith. I'm going to live with enough faith so that everything that happens in my life can be at the extreme. But I'm going to make sure I'm putting out all this good. So what I experience is not extreme bad, but extreme good. And the only way to do that is faith. I woke up today having lived yesterday with all of my faith, knowing that if I live this day with all of my faith, that I can wake up today and do another podcast. And at 33, look at that. 33 into this podcast, I can still sit here and be talking about how life can be when something is good. I don't have to come on here and talk about bad people, bad things. There are people, and we've done what do you call them? Research groups, focus groups. Having Dryer Buzz for 17 years and going into 2020, 2020 represents 20 years of wondering if I could do this. In 1999, my family was like, okay, you need to find something else. You need to go on. And I'm like, I got this idea. There's, because I was trying to, launch this amazing publication, and it was just not. There was so much risk at that time. Newspapers were failing, magazines who've been around forever throughout life were failing, and family was like, ooh, you might take us down with you. We can't risk it like that. We got you. We support everything you're doing, but can we minimize the risk? And I said, well, there is a way. It's something called, we can do this digitally. And they looked at me like, what is that? And I'm like, well, let me figure it out. And so my family was like, okay, you got 2 years. And we're talking about 1999, like, the whole, but then, I'm like, here I am trying to do something digitally. And then here comes Y2K. And they're like, but the internet is going to end, right? I'm like, yeah, okay. They're trying to figure out, like, because they don't know how the calendar is going to flip. And my mother, she already thought my mother was a good Christian. She already thought the internet she hated having computers, and I had to have the computer in a special room, and she had to pray over it because, the computer was the devil, and it was looking in on us. Dang, she wasn't lying. It was watching us, and it was listening to us. And the only thing the internet and the computer was good for was letting her see the lottery numbers. She had my baby. My baby was 3 years old. She had my baby, putting her on the baby, go pull up grandma lottery numbers. Had my baby at 3 years old on that computer up and down with her trying to work them lottery numbers. Okay, my mother and my baby, when they were here .com, she would be watching TV and she'd hear something go .com, because she used to babysit my son. So my mother, whenever she heard a .com, he'd get excited because he wanted computer time. So he's like, Grandma, you want me to pull that up? Grandma, you want to see that one? She's like, yeah, baby, go pull up that such a .com. So they both grew in their computer skills until he realized he could put her on the bingo game, because, she would keep him all day. And so he realized he could put her on one computer on the bingo game, then he could go and do what he wanted on the computer. I ain't gonna tell you a story time. One time, because this is what their day was. My mother worked nights, and she'd keep my son during the day, right? So he would put her on. She'd play her bingo casino game. He done found her, like, this child was 4 years old, y'all. 4 going on 5. He done found her all these bingo casino games, and he'd get her going on the computer downstairs. He'd go upstairs and get on the computer. And one day they went, and she won her lottery number. He knew what time her lottery number. My poor baby, he was so corrupt. He knew what time her lottery number was coming. So one day she called me. She said, "Girl," she said, "we get over to the store. This boy pull out a $20 bill." The boy up there scanning money, y'all. The boy done gave my mother a $20 bill, and she's like, "What? Where?" She looked, literally called me. Where is he getting this money from? The boy up there making money. And I'm gonna just tell you, I don't know if any went into circulation, because one day finally my mother realized, like, wait, what is he doing up there? What is it? Not only that, let me tell you about the boy whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, PJ, 24 years old. Not only that, the teacher called me, and she said by the time he went to kindergarten, by the time he went to kindergarten, he was well versed in the computer. Teacher called me, and she said, I just wanted to call you because the kids are supposed to take their spelling words, and they're supposed to, write them 5 times so that we know that they spelled them. She said, well, BJ brought his in. He has typed them and used copy and paste. She says, and that's not allowed. I said, he did what? Because, I work. I'm a mom. I was working 24/7. And I'm like, and so I said, Mom, I said, go see what that boy doing. Girl, he had a whole system going on up those stairs. He ain't just typed his. He done typed everybody's. He's like, he done printed out. He's like, he done printed out, y'all. He done typed the spelling words all double space, y'all, he done typed the spelling words and printed out everybody a copy. So when the teacher said, pull out your spelling words, he passing out the daggone spelling words. And I'm like, boy, and literally had to sit down with him, the teacher, and the school psychologist to explain to him that technology is not to be used in school. I know, I'm sorry. If anybody around the world that heard that, this was America. Okay? And the psychologist had to explain to him that at 5 years old, you're supposed to desire to learn to write and to color. Now, my son is a project manager to this day, and his handwriting to this day still sucks. But thank God he was on the trajectory that he is, because now he is a project manager. He gets to live in all places of the world. The future is not American. I'm just going to tell you like that. In fact, right now, I don't know where the kid is. I just know he posted one time he was in Prague. He posted he was in, I think last week he was speaking at a leadership conference in Texas. And I think he went from Texas to California. And I'm just waiting for the post to see where he lands. That's life. This is the birthday. That's the trajectory that I put him on when I made sure that in 1990, even though the world feared Y2K, I made sure this boy was going to know everything about technology, and he was going to realize that we live in a beautiful global society, and you can decide to be who and wherever you want to be. I'm telling you, listen, there's more good in the world. Now, I'm sorry that if in 2000, then he went to kindergarten in 2000, that he had to be told that he could not use technology in school. And he was like, but there's computers in the classroom. Okay, but don't nobody know how to use those. He was like, but I do. I can show you. And the teacher, the only way that we could agree that he stayed in kindergarten is the teacher had to allow him to have computer time and show others, including herself, how to use the computers that had been donated to the school. But anyway, I said all that to say, listen, what goes around, it comes around. Put that stuff out. Use your faith. Faith is waiting one more day. Sorry for the story time. Not sorry. But faith is waiting one more day. Y'all, there's more good in the world than bad. I know we wake up and I know we go to step out there and I know we think, man, I'm going to run into this bad thing and that bad thing. Yes, you are, because you just said it that way. Yes, you are going to experience mean people because that's what you expect. I expected somebody to challenge me yesterday. And each of those times, nobody challenged me, nobody challenged me. Here comes that one challenge, because I've been saying all day long. And I'm like, I kept putting it in my universe. Somebody's going to challenge this goal I'm trying to meet. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Every last one. Even though out of 25 encounters, I think it was like 25, 24, 25. No, it was 28. I can't remember. Okay, 27 of them went well. But what was on my mind? That one of these mofos is gonna push me to the limit. I kept saying that. Even after everyone, that one was good. That one was good. That one was good. That one was good. That was good. All of that. Here come that one that pushed me to the limit. But guess what? Oh, this is your limit? This is the conversation I'm sitting there in the car with this person, like, man, something, my life's not good right now. This person's like having this moment, my life's not good, and I'm sitting there going, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm finna, right? And my guardian angel, I'm gonna stop saying something. My guardian angel was like, why is this your limit? Why is this your limit? All this day, everything went well. Why is this your limit? Okay, it won't be my limit. Let me do what I do here, and that is bless somebody. Let me do what I do here and bless myself. Let me do what I do here. Let my faith stand true. Let me do what I do here, which is what I do. And so I did it. And that person today is like, man, there's some good people in this world. Even though I clenched my jaw and did all of that, even though it jeopardized that one encounter that I had been saying is going to happen, almost did almost jeopardized all the work that I did in that one day. And I said to myself, I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to, whatever the outcome is, I'm going to be okay with it because my faith is what it is. My faith is strong. My faith is strong. My heart is strong. I'm going to do, I got to be kind one more time. Oh, write that down. That sounds good, right? That's some faith. Kind. Be kind one more time, y'all. One more time. I keep telling y'all. Faith is waiting one more day. What is it going to hurt for you to be kind one more time? I know. Y'all like me, like, wait. You didn't it? I promise you. Didn't everything like flash? Like you still, even in that moment, you thinking, but what is it gonna cost me? Anybody else had that thought? Y'all saw how quiet I got, right? I literally, my life flashed before my eyes because that's what happens when you think about being kind to somebody, and you should. We're human. Even in that moment, I said that be kind one more time. I literally did like an immediate rewind of all the things that it could jeopardize. Yes, being kind to somebody can jeopardize what you have done, the work that you have done. It can. It can. I promise you. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you any other way. But I don't know that there is something so great that you might lose. And I understand it might jeopardize something. It might jeopardize a little. It could jeopardize a lot. Because I can remember at a time, yeah, giving somebody my last. And like, dang, why did I do that? You know, because sometimes it's going to come back, but it might not come back fast enough, right? It might not come back around fast enough. But in that moment, guess what that bridge is? Guess what fills in that gap? Faith. It fills in that gap. Because when you lose some things, that's something that really wasn't yours. It really needed to go. You really needed to get to another point. And guess what? If in that gap, if you don't worry, because you think about, if you don't have to worry what somebody thinks about what you're doing in life, that is the best. Can I tell y'all that's the best feeling ever? Not having to worry about what somebody thinks, because that's the only judgment that stops us in our tracks. That is the only judgment that we deal with each and every day. What we apply to somebody, what somebody else thinks. That's the thing that keeps us from getting out of bed. That's the thing that stops us from being kind. Whenever you're trying to be nice to somebody, you literally in that instant think about what somebody else going to think. Y'all, I try to live that life. Not worried about it. But and it's hard. I'm not going to tell y'all it's something you don't do. You do it. We do it each and every day. And we suppress and we apply too much of it to us. All right, it's time to get out of here. It's at the 47. I don't want to take up your hour. I do want to thank you guys for making it with me to this day, through this day, on your holiday. Happy Labor Day to those of you that listen live, those of you that listen immediately on demand, and to those of you that are binging, you're going from one episode to the other because it's a holiday and you got time. I hope this episode, which is called Wake Up Faith, Wake Up Faith. In book 2, they all will have a title. In book 1, they didn't have a title. We talked through the conversation and we built the hindsight. Coming into each conversation, I try to have a wake up. What are we trying to wake up with this conversation today? We're trying to wake up our faith. We don't want to be out here getting in the way of somebody else's faith. We want to know. How do we know? How do you know? We want to experience enormity. I know that's a word. It may not be spoken a lot in my circle because a lot of times the people around us don't realize how good they got it. So they don't know enormity. We probably never use that word. That's the word of the day, enormity. Okay, it might not be in the dictionary today. It'll be in the Urban Dictionary tomorrow because I have uttered it in cyberspace and it listens. Okay, it might be a word people like, we use that word all the time. Well, you might be unbothered. You might be part of the unbothered people. Maybe I'm getting closer to being unbothered. So now I know the word enormity. Okay, I don't know. That means you got enormous greatness, enormous abundance. I want to have enormous faith. I want to have enormous faith. I've got some things that I've got to accomplish in September, and I want to have enormous faith that it is mine to be claimed, and that if I do it, that what goes around comes around. All that is coming to me, I hope it is good. I don't want to have to remember yesterday. I want all of it to be full of truth, honesty and transparency. And that's what I've given you today. I want you to think. Here's our exercise for today. Just be kind one more time. And I want you to jot that down. Not for anybody else, just for yourself. I want you to be able to turn the page. Go back like this. Y'all hear that? I can turn the page. I just turned the page. Look like I turned the page to episode 87 in book 1. And on that day of episode 87, we talked about love and we talked about the outcomes, understanding conditions that they're condition. Love is conditional. How, joy, comfort, heartbreaking, heartbroken, listen. It's all about listening. Listen. Love, do you know love is listening? And listening is love. When you listen to somebody, have y'all ever, let me tell you, have y'all ever had, let me, story time. Quick story time before we go, right? I'm trying to decide how much of this story. Have you ever heard somebody and they're in a new relationship or whatever, and you like asking them, what are you doing? And they always talk about how that person listens to them. Yeah, even the dog made a noise. Have you ever, I know doggy. The dog is over there trying, he dreaming, y'all. Lord, he dreaming. But love is listening. Love is listening. Love is my family listening in 1999 when I said I want to own a magazine. And listening enough to know, like, wait a minute, we heard, this Y2K stuff happen. Can you do it another way? And I'm like, yeah, I could do it this way. We could do this thing called this digital, right? And I'm like, I was trying to sell it to this company, and they were like, they weren't buying. I'm like, well, hell, I do it myself, And so I did it. So come 2020, it'll be 20 years, 17 years as Dryer Buzz, but before it became Dryer Buzz, I was 3 years into it. And I remember it had a couple of names before that, Sisterbutions, Sistery, all those kinds of things. It was going down that route. And one of my guardian angels whispered in my ear when I sat up one morning in the bed, which is why I do How to Get Out of Bed podcast, because my guardian angels, they sit on the edge of my bed and they shake me, wake me every day. And they whispered in the ear, one of them did, said, Dryer Buzz. And I was like, oh, that's hot. And it became Dryer Buzz. But 1999, I was like, I cannot print this. I cannot do this glossy magazine because everything was, because, we were living in the Clinton days and everything was jacked up. I know people think Clinton was awesome and amazing, but everything, if you were a business or if you were on that end of the spectrum, you knew that the economy was jacked up. Okay, let me tell you, if you had worked for a company for 20 years and now you were being bought out, laid off, outsourced, displaced, all of those terms go back to Clinton. That's how he ended up with a surplus, all them damn kickbacks. But anyway, I got a cough. It was the end of my dream of having a glossy, but yet it was the beginning of a new dream because I had faith. I don't have to give up on this. I can go ahead and create it as a digital. So I'm sitting here 20 years, heading into 2020. 2020 is here, y'all. Heading into 2020, being able to say that I have had the faith, and that faith has allowed me to do what I love each and every day, podcasting, creating great content for you can watch. If y'all go back and look, go to the cloud. The very first thing I called Dryer Buzz, it was Dryer Buzz News, Podcast, and TV. Day one. Day freaking one. If you know Dryer Buzz from back in the day, it has always been news, podcast, and TV. And 2020, because I had a vision for the future that this is what was going to be news, podcast, and TV. And so I'm so thankful that we're here. All right, now where we go from here, stay tuned. I'm going to just tell you like that. All right, listen, I still got a whole lot more talking to do. I got to record an episode of Buzzard or Bassett, which you come on the weekend. But this weekend for Labor Day, we're doing an open house. So I'm letting you experience all the type of content that we do. I want to come on. I want to go over there and I want to talk about Dave Chappelle. I don't want to talk about on How to Get Out of Bed. But I want to talk about not Dave Chappelle particularly, but comedy and what's considered comedy. And is Dave Chappelle really and truly trying to make you laugh? That's the thing. I had a conversation a long time ago that went from, oh, look at me. I had a conversation a long time ago. I'm so old. I am so old. Oh my God. I said long time. I mean, literally, I had a conversation with something about Dave Chappelle. If you don't guys don't remember it, most of you don't know, but it is Dave Chappelle who finally said to men, "Hey, let's stop putting on this dress," and that started the whole conversation about when y'all out there talking about emasculating the man. That came from Dave Chappelle. And if you notice, Dave Chappelle, let's go talk about it on Buzz and the Bashet. But I took what Dave Chappelle said to Tyler Perry. I went because I used to take it to the source, and I went and I sat down with Tyler Perry. Just dropped some more, not name but game. I sat down with Tyler Perry, and we talked about if the dress emasculated, and the audio's out there in the cloud somewhere. I've been trying to find it, but I asked him. I said, "Well, let's talk about the man in the dress." He says, "I know what you're talking about. It was Dave Chappelle. He said it emasculating." But honey, let me just tell you, and we still don't know. We still don't know the full outcome of the man in the dress because those that put the dress on over the years, there's still some of that controversy. However, the dress and we don't know how. And talking with my brothers out there, we still don't know. Do we want to say to young men, if you put on that dress, you end up with $1 billion studio, being a billionaire and $1 billion studio, right? Because we still don't know the outcome of that. And yes, Tyler Perry is a man of faith, but there are things that happen. And so when I see Tyler Perry again, if I ever sit down to do another interview with him, and hear me say that, if I decide, because it's my decision, if he would still say that, and that's the thing, we don't know if saying that, because I don't know. I don't know. Would you go to your son and say, put that dress on? It depends. If that's the outcome, if that's the only outcome you want. But I love the duality we have. Okay, here we got Dave Chappelle who decided not to put on a dress. It's still, this is the Buzz of the Bashet, so follow me over there. Still one of the most controversial comedians. Okay, he don't own a studio. Walked away from millions. Probably could own a studio. Had he gone in that studio instead of just walking away from that million, could he have negotiated where he had the studio of a fully unemasculated male, right? He's still trying to out there still trying to get a check. But then you got the dude who put on a dress that's writing a check, and it's still controversial. Fellas, y'all tell me, meet me. We're getting ready to talk about it. Stay where you are, because it's coming back down the pike, down the timeline, and it's going to be called Buzz of the Bashet. We're going to do that episode because that's what I get to do and choose to do with my day. And I hope that you get to choose and do with your day. And you know how you make that choice? You have faith. You have faith. I get to go podcast for a whole other hour and talk about that and I'm going to go try to find that audio so that I can share it where I talk with Tyler Perry about what Dave Chappelle said in one of his quote unquote jokes about, and it wasn't no joke because Dave Chappelle was really in his feelings because they had asked him to put on the dress in the movie, I think Blue Streak, or one of the movies he did with Martin Lawrence. Now look at that. Both he and Martin Lawrence being comedians, still out here looking for checks, right? Saying that Martin did put on a dress. Martin put on a dress, created a whole franchise. In fact, I think that was the controversy. Martin was like, dude, put on that dress. It makes the franchise. And Dave Chappelle was like, no, I'm not putting on a dress. Because he all up in his, again, Buzz of the Bashet. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you, because I go to the source. And I went to the source. I'm going to tell y'all about that conversation on Buzz of the Bashet. Thank you guys so much for listening. Again, I know you checked in your comments. I'm going right now to the I'm going to podcast. But tweet me at Dryer Buzz. Let me know if you caught it real, you caught it live, on demand, or if you're going to catch the replay, which you can do if you go right now to dryerbuzz.com. Put in your email address. You'll get all kind of notifications, not disruptions, but just a little notification here and there. And archives. You'll be able to go and find the archives. You don't have to go and look for them all over the place. They are coming to your email every 42 to 72 hours. If you open the one you have now, you'll get the next one. If you don't open it, you won't get another. That's how that works. Alrighty, talk about support. You get support from Natural Soap by Zakia. So go to naturalsoapbyzakia.com. You can learn and become a soap maker for this holiday season and boost your budget for the holidays. Use your discount code DryerBuzz when you sign up for the live soap school courses. Live soap school courses where she is teaching you to launch your own product line of natural beauty products. All right, you want to be that next. Y'all know them beauty people ending up on Forbes list. You know the last three to five women that were added to the Forbes list was added because they are selling beauty products on Instagram. You already know one of those billionaires is a Kardashian. Okay, not her. I'm talking about the other ones. Okay, they're ending up on the Forbes list because they are learning to make natural products and selling them online. You have an in right now if you go to Natural Soap by Zakia or Live Soap School and Live Soap School. But as you sign up for these courses, use your discount code DryerBuzz. All right, and don't forget we're going to be adding Caroline Simmons. Thank you so much again, Caroline Simmons, for supporting DryerBuzz and In the Kitchen with DryerBuzz. We got the new indoor grill. It's Labor Day. I'm going to put something on the grill. You'll find out when you go to DryerBuzz.com. But I'm not the one to tell you. Here it goes.
Go now to DryerBuzz.com and follow @DryerBuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about the buzz.